In today's class, we are going to be discussing the work breakdown structure, specifically accumulation types and cost types. So first of all, what is an accumulation type and what is a cost type? So on a project, you have different dimensions, and a project is a dimension too, really. The accumulation type is a categorization of a cost type. So it's the category for a cost type, in other words. So just to show you some that have already been set up, you can kind of get a visual. We're going to go to the standard cost type catalog. So this is the list of where your standard cost types would be. So at the high level here, the orange, this is the accumulation type, okay? So development, equipment, labor, material, other, and subcontract. The green and the blue, anything below the orange are your cost types. So these are more detailed. You can see dimensions or categorizations than the accumulation types. Okay, so let's show you how to add a cost type. You click the add button up here at the top right. Let's name this, let's make up one here. Okay, so we're going to put the ID. You can make the name longer if you want. You can make the description even more so if you'd like. Something people might do here would be this cost type is used to record GL insurance costs to projects when contracted. Something like that can be used for description as an example. Okay, so on the next field down here, the parent ID. So this would be, where are you going to put it in that list? Are you going to put it as an other accumulation type, or AKA category, or do you want it as a subcategory to something else? So these are, this one, for example, right here is another cost type. The beginning here is the accumulation type. So you can see this is a cost type. So just as an example, if I wanted to put this under development financing, and let me get some other fields filled out here. So you need to pick a GL account or a GL insurance, might put it there. And let's just put it to other in the items. So the items would be your sales and purchasing items. Okay, and you have to pick one there. So let's say, save this and just see what this does. So I put it to development financing under the parent ID. So it's going to subcategorize it under development financing. So it's under the accumulation type development. It's under development financing cost type. So it's a sub cost type, the way that this was set up. Okay. So let's say, whoops, I made a mistake. I don't want it there. Let's move it down to other. Accumulation type. Okay. So these are your accumulation types or your categories down here. It is not another cost type. So if you see, I just put it to other. So now it's under my other accumulation type or category, in other words, and GL insurance is listed under that. Okay. But you can make, like I showed you, GL insurance a sub cost type of something else, like one of these other green cost types. Okay. So let's go back into it. Okay, so you can put a cost unit description in, like each or lump sum, whatever you want there, foot, whatever you're doing. Hour could be labor, for example. Accumulation type name is the other field here we want to fill out. So here's all your accumulation types. So if you're going to put it under other on your parent ID over here, which is the accumulation type, you want to make sure you pick this over here. Otherwise, it'll get a little confusing. So you can see I've got my GL insurance under my other accumulation type. I've got a description. Got it. My GL account I want it to go to, cost of sales other, and it's the other accumulation type. So that's how you add another cost type. Okay, so now let's say I want to add another accumulation type. So one of the orange categories up here. Let's go up here to accumulation types. And you can see the 6 that I have set up already. So those orange items on that other list. So let's hit add up here. And let's say I want to add one called pre-construction or estimating costs, something to that effect. I'm going to set it to status active. This cost category is another categorization or sort of like another dimension, sort of, but it's more of a categorization of the accumulation type. So these are kind of set in here the way they are. So you'll notice they're different than the accumulation types. These are just some standard cost categories. So let's say we think pre-construction estimating is an other cost category. Okay. You could put that here. You don't have to, however. Okay. But we can, if we want to, we'll put that as other. Okay. So there's our new accumulation type. So let's go back to our cost type catalog. And let's add a new cost type. Let's call it pre-construction labor. Or maybe pre-con labor. And let's put a longer name in here. I'm not going to, so this would be labor costs related to estimating jobs. And we want to put this under other for the moment. And we're going to put this to cost of sales, labor. And let's go find our new accumulation type, pre-construction estimating. And I'm going to pick labor here. Hit save. Okay, so you're going to see that your pre-construction labor is under the other category here, parent. The accumulation type name is pre-construction estimating, however, over here. So we want our parent categories here to mirror our accumulation types. It's kind of a good practice. So we need to set up an orange category to mirror our accumulation type, pre-construction estimating. So we're going to come back up here, we're going to hit add, and we're going to call it just exactly the same, pre-construction. Let's do this, pre-con estimating. We're not going to put a parent on it because it's going to be a top level. Let's pick a GL account. Okay, so there's your pre-con estimating accumulation type that mirrors the category, the orange category, okay? The parents in here. So let's go back here though and edit. We need to put our accumulation type name in here. It's not required, notice, but we want to put that in there. And let's hit save again. Okay, so now we've got our top level category, and we've got our accumulation type over here. So now we want our pre-construction labor to go under there. So let's come over here and edit that cost type, and we're going to move this to pre-construction estimating. Okay, so now you can see the new accumulation type I created. And you can see the new category, top level parent category here in the standard cost types to mirror this. And my pre-con labor new cost type is under the parent and is also the accumulation type pre-con estimating.